This footballer is one of the most talented forwards in football history, but he often gets overlooked due to playing alongside Lionel Messi, Xavi and Iniesta. From winning a World Cup to scoring hundreds of goals, this player deserves more respect. This is the incredible story of David Villa, one of the most underrated legends of all time. What makes a footballer truly legendary? Is it their goals, their trophies, or the moments that define a generation?
And in 2022, the world champions are Argentina.
Today, we're talking about one of the most underrated strikers in football history. A player who, despite his incredible achievements, often gets overlooked in discussions of the all-time greats. David Villa. Now, let's dive into the story of the man known as El Guaje, the Kid. From humble beginnings in northern Spain to becoming a World Cup hero, Villa's career is nothing short of inspiring. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why he deserves a much bigger place in football's Hall of Fame. Let's get started. David Villa's story starts on December 3rd, 1981 in Langreo, Asturias, a small mining town in northern Spain. Villa grew up in a hard-working but modest household, the only boy among 3 siblings. His father, Jose Manuel, was a miner, a tough and dangerous job that shaped the resilience of the entire family. But little did Jose know, he'd also play a pivotal role in making his son a football legend. Villa's love for football blossomed early. As a young boy, he was always playing with the older kids in the streets, earning him the nickname El Guaje, which translates to the Kid. But his journey wasn't without its struggles. At just 4 years old, Villa suffered a serious injury, a fractured femur, after another child fell on his leg during a game. Doctors feared he might never walk properly again, let alone play football. Amputation was even considered. Can you imagine that? A future World Cup winner almost stopped before he even started. But here's where the story gets amazing. Villa's father was determined not to let his son's injury define him. While little David was recovering, his father started training him to use his left foot. Every evening after work, Jose would pass the ball to David's weaker foot, building the ambidexterity that would later become one of Villa's most lethal traits on the pitch. That's right, what could have been a devastating setback turned out to be a blessing in disguise. By the time Villa fully recovered, he was unstoppable. At age 10 he joined UP Langreo, his hometown club, but things weren't always smooth sailing. At just 14 years old, Villa nearly quit football altogether after clashing with a coach who benched him for an entire season. Frustrated and disheartened, he considered giving up, but once again his father stepped in, encouraging him to persevere. That resilience would define Villa's career, proving that even when doors close, persistence can pry them back open. By 1999, Villa was ready to take the next step. He joined Sporting Gijón, a club that played a massive role in shaping his career. Starting in the under-19 team, Villa quickly worked his way up. By the 2000 and 2001 season, he made his debut for the first team, and boy, did he make it count. Over the next 2 seasons, he scored over 20 goals, catching the eye of bigger clubs. Then in 2003, he made his first big move, joining Real Zaragoza for a modest €3 million. Let's pause here for a moment. Can you believe a player of Villa's calibre was signed for just €3 million? What a bargain. Zaragoza had just been promoted to La Liga, and many doubted whether the 22-year-old striker could handle the step up. But Villa wasted no time silencing the doubters. In his first season, he bagged 17 league goals and helped Zaragoza win the Copa del Rey, scoring a crucial goal in the final against Real Madrid, Talk about making a statement. And if that wasn't enough, Villa also shone in European competition. In the 2004-2005 UEFA Cup, he scored 2 late goals against Utrecht in the group stage, showing he could perform on the biggest occasions. By now, it was clear David Villa was destined for greatness. Villa's next chapter began in 2005 when he joined Valencia for €12 million, a steal considering what he brought to the table. His first season at the Mestalla was nothing short of phenomenal. Villa scored 25 goals in 37 league appearances, breaking records and establishing himself as one of Europe's deadliest forwards. Let me ask you this, how often do we see a striker step into a new team and immediately dominate like that? Over the next 5 seasons, Villa was Valencia's main man. He scored over 100 goals for the club, often carrying them on his back during tough times. Whether it was his clinical finishing, incredible movement, or ability to score with both feet, Villa was the complete package, and he wasn't just doing it domestically. Villa's performances in the Champions League, including a stunning free kick against Inter Milan, showed he could thrive on the big stage. While Villa was lighting up La Liga, his international career was also taking off. He made his debut for Spain in 2005 and quickly became an integral part of the national team. At the 2006 World Cup, Villa announced himself to the world, scoring a brace in Spain's 4-0 win over Ukraine. But his true international legacy was cemented 2 years later at Euro 2008. Partnering with Fernando Torres, Villa was unstoppable. His 4 goals earned him the tournament's Golden Boot, and he played a crucial role in Spain's first major international triumph in 44 years. Unfortunately, an injury ruled him out of the final, but his impact was undeniable as Spain went on to win the tournament. And then came the 2010 World Cup. If Euro 2008 was Villa's coming out party, the World Cup was his masterpiece. He scored 5 goals, including match winners against Portugal and Paraguay, leading Spain to their first ever World Cup title.
Villa! Spanish eyes!
His clinical finishing, composure under pressure, and knack for scoring in big moments made him one of the tournament's standout players. And fun fact, Villa's 5 goals in South Africa made him Spain's all-time leading scorer, a record he still holds today with 59 goals. Let us know in the comments, do you think anyone will break that record anytime soon? Perhaps maybe a Lamine Yamal? In 2010, Villa joined Barcelona for €40 million, marking the peak of his club career. Playing alongside legends like Lionel Messi and Xavi, Villa added even more silverware to his collection. He won 2 La Liga titles, a Champions League, and a Copa del Rey, scoring vital goals in key matches, including in the 2011 Champions League final against Manchester United. But even as Villa entered the twilight of his career, he never stopped delivering. After leaving Barcelona in 2013, he joined Atletico Madrid, helping them win La Liga and reach the Champions League final. Later, he became a trailblazer in the MLS with New York City FC, where he scored 80 goals in 126 games and helped grow the sport in the United States. His journey then ended in Japan with Vissel Kobe, where he retired in 2020. So why doesn't Villa get the recognition he deserves? Despite scoring over 300 career goals, winning a World Cup and thriving at every level, his name rarely comes up in the GOAT striker debates. Maybe it's because he spent much of his prime at clubs like Zaragoza and Valencia, away from the global spotlight of teams like Real Madrid or the Premier League giants. Or perhaps it's because he was playing under players such as Messi, Xavi and Iniesta, who often took the spotlight. But make no mistake, David Villa was one of the greatest forwards of his generation. From his humble beginnings in Asturias to conquering the world with Spain, Villa's story is one of resilience, talent, and unrelenting determination. He wasn't just a great player, he was a player who defined an era. So let's give El Guaje the credit he truly deserves. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Which player should we spotlight next? Until next time, this has been Attacking Football. See you soon.